What's up, guys? Christian here, bringing you a new deck profile for Purgatory Knights post evolution and mutation. So let's get to it. Our buddy here is Purgatory Knights Demios Sword Early, a new form for Demios, a very, I think a very strong form, to be honest, but we'll get to him later. So I have run one copy of Purgatory Knights Death Sickle Cavalry, 429. You pay 2 gauge and a life, and when you call him, when you have a size 2 or greater Purgatory Knights on the field, he becomes a size 1, which is great. And when he gets popped or destroyed, basically, you can grab a size 2 from or less from the drop zone and add it to your hand. And he has built-in double attack, which is very good for field control or dealing more damage. And then I run one copy of Eval Sword Deity Dark Kaizerion. Very good card. Yeah, it's a 5/2/8. You can call him for 2 gauge, or you can write him for 2 gauge and put a top card deck into soul. With a skill, when he attacks, you can counter. You can grab a soul from either side of the field, and then you can stand him back up. So your opponent has a monster with a bunch of souls on the field. You can attack it and then grab a soul from it, and you can stand Dark Kaizerion again. Very good card. I like to just mess with people's plays with souls. So that's my size 3s. I run 4 copies of the Foundation of Purgatory Knights Lord Demios. This new card came out in this set. 4/2/6. You grab a top card, put a Purgatory Knights in his card name from your drop zone, my bad, and you pay a gauge. Counter, during your turn, you may destroy a monster Purgatory Knights, and if you do, stand this card. And he has move. So basically, you can even destroy himself, so you can keep attacking your opponent. Pretty decent card, though having the Purgatory Knights in the drop zone may slow you down a little bit at the beginning. But besides that, that's okay. Then I run 2 copies of Purgatory Knights Leader Demios Sword Inferno, a 5/2/7. You put this on top of a originally size 2 or greater monster with Purgatory Knights in its card name on the field, and you pay 2 gauge, all right? And then during your turn, as a counter skill, you choose the size 2 or less on your opponent's field and destroy a monster on you with Purgatory Knights in its card name on your field, and stand its card and destroy the chosen card. Yes, Soul Guard. So you can choose itself also. Though I do have an issue with this card all the time. And as you saw in the match, I accidentally called it on top of size 1. My bad. Well, what's done is done. I really don't like this card a lot, but I have it to fill in space because I actually do not own Geist Demios from the other secret pack of this set. So the next 2 cards are pretty much, they're just filling up for the space. So I run 1 copy of the original Demios anyway. 3/2/6 counter, destroy a Purgatory Knights on your field and stand this card up. Classic, good. It's great. And then I run 1 copy of Purgatory Knights Scrap Jewel Dragon, 1/2/7. This card gets an additional critical every time you destroy Purgatory Knights on the field. When he hits a 3 crit, he gets penetrant. When he gets 4 crit, attack cannot be nullified. So it's good. I actually really like this card. I might just replace this other 3 for Scrap Drill and then just wait until I get Geist Demios and then replace him completely, which is a very good card. So that's my size 2s. Now for the size 1s. So I run 4 copies of the Buddy. Who knew? So Purgatory Knights Demios Sword Early. He's a 1/2/5. You can only call this card if you have a Purgatory Knights on the field and counter Young Purgatory Knight. You pay a gauge if you do call a Purgatory Knights. Well, call him from your hand once per turn, which is great. So your opponent's like, oh, cool, he's done with all his attack. And you're like, ha, silly you. I pay counter, pay a gauge, call him, attack for 2, and then you destroy him with like this Demios, and then you attack for 2 again with this one and go for game. Very good card for pushing. If your opponent doesn't expect it, then this has won me games actually, so it's good. Very good. Then I run 3 copies of our item searcher here. Purgatory Knights, Grudge, Arrow, Dragon. Size 1. 1, 2, 3. Funny stat line. When this card is destroyed by a card effect, put up to 1 item from your deck into your hand and shuffle your deck. Then if you do not have an item equipped, you may equip that card by paying its call cost from your hand. Which is great, so it's your item searcher. So you're with Demios attacking, and then you destroy him after he's done attacking, and then you grab your item. Awesome. So then you equip it, you don't have an item equipped. So it gives you that more aggro-ness for the deck that it's needed, and it's great. I love it. Card that was needed. And then you guys might recognize this card for the original Purgatory Knights players. 3 copies of Purgatory Knights Eval Grebe Dragon, the card that came in the Golden Buddy pack and has finally been reprinted. Is a 3/1/3, and during their attack phase, when this card is destroyed by a monster effect, you draw a card. A staple in Purgatory Knights ever since he came out in the Golden Buddy pack, which is awesome. Now I run 3 copies of, well, Purgatory Knights Necroplam Dragon. Is a 2/1/4. Curse command, when he's destroyed, call size 1 or less with Purgatory Knights in its card name other than this card, and from your drop zone of pain's call cast. Once per turn, named ability. Very good card to keep your aggroness going. So, besides calling Demios early from your hand, you can, destroy him and grab him or another card of this one, which is great. So you can keep drawing, for example, which is awesome. Then I run actually 1 copy of, excuse me, because I don't remember the names. Purgatory Knights Demon's Rapier Dragon. 1/6. And when he's destroyed, put a soul from a card of your opponent's field into the drop zone or destroy a spell. Now, I might actually bump him up to 2 and take out him, he live at 2/2, which is okay. Pretty awesome card when you get it off, get rid of soul, or what was the other thingy, or spell, which is awesome. I like it. Good card. That's all my size 1s. Now for the size 0, there's only 1 size 0 in this deck. And its name is Needle Claw Dragon. Well, Purgatory Knights Needle Claw Dragon. Just like a boomerang. He's a 1/1/3. And the reason I say he is just like a boomerang, because during the attack phase, when this card is destroyed and put into the drop zone, return this card to your hand. So, you destroy him now, and you'll always have him, which is awesome. Unless your opponent counter and bounces it back, or, you'll have it again. But if they destroy during main phase, then you won't get him again. Now that was our monsters. Now for the item. Run 4 of the item of Sword Purgatory Knights Leader Demios Sword. 2/3. You pay a gauge during your turn. When a Purgatory Knights and its card name on your monster on the field is destroyed, draw a card. For this turn, a Purgatory Knights on its card name gets +3 once per turn. So you can give the item +3, you can give the Demios +3, Scrap Drill +3. It's awesome. Now for our spells. So run 4 copies of it's a long name, so excuse me. We traverse the blood-soaked demonic path. So this is basically a blue dragon shield. You have to have a Purgatory Knights in the drop zone, so you can nullify the attack and gain a gauge, which is awesome. So you'll never you'll have that gauge. And then I run 4 copies of Black Dragon Shield. You reduce the attack to 0 damage and you gain a life. Awesome. And then I run 4 copies of this new awesome spell. Purgatory Sorcery, Blood Oath Formation. You can only cast it if there's a Purgatory Knights on the field. You draw a card, and for this turn, the Purgatory Knights in their name on the field cannot be destroyed nor returned to hand by your opponent's card effects. And you can only cast one once per turn. So now your Purgatory Knights do not have to worry about getting bounced or destroyed by monster effects. So this card will really win you games for pushing. Usually because the Purgatory Knights have low defense, so usually they get picked off easily, like by hitting crossbow, for example. So and you're like, I usually just equip like the sword, or call one monster and cast this card, and then I call the rest, so your opponent doesn't kill your other guys. So now I run 3 copies of Purgatory Knights Forever. So you pay a gauge and take a damage and return up to 2 Purgatory Knights from your drop zone to your hand, which is great. You can, during your main phase, I guess, kill some of your guys and then cast this so you can grab them again and call them. I don't know. Depends on your strategy. And then I run 2 copies of Purgatory Heim, Tomb Curse Endless Battle. It's a set. When a monster Purgatory Knights in this card name on your field is destroyed, put the top card of your deck into the drop zone and gain a life, and you can only set 1. I like this card because you're setting up for the Impact Genocide Punisher, which I'll show in a moment. You're also gaining life, which is great. So you never, you have some advantage there, here and there. You cast this, pay a gauge, take a damage. You gain life with this. It's good because you usually kill about 4 Purgatories during your turn, possibly, depending on how much momentum you have. But anyway, that's all of our spells. Now for the impact, I run 2 copies of Genocide Punisher. I really like this card because it's an upgrade to the Distortion Punisher, and it's so good in so many ways. So first off, you want to cast this card if both players do not have a monster in the center. You can pay to gauge. Well, you have to pay to gauge. Choose one of the following 2. If your opponent has 3 life or less, deal 3 damage to your opponent. Alright, that's understandable. Or counter final. You may only use this on your opponent's cast on an impact. Deal damage to your opponent equal to the number of different Purgatory Knights in their card name in the drop zone. So if you guys want to count how many Purgatory Knights I have in the drop zone, I have in the deck, you can do the math. But you can deal an insane amount of damage, actually. Probably like 5. Probably. I don't know. I haven't counted all my Purgatory Knights. But pretty good card if you get it off your opponent's, like casting Thunder Tempest. You can be like counter final, and maybe you can kill them before they kill you. But yeah, that's my Purgatory Knights deck profile. I hope you guys enjoyed this deck. One of the changes I might do, or will do, is actually try and get myself some copies of Geist Demios. Sadly, at this moment, they're sold out everywhere where I've gone, and I haven't pulled any copies myself. This deck might change. I might take out this guy for another copy of this because this card is very good. Yeah, so make sure you like, subscribe, comment below, hit the bell to get those notifications, and yeah, thanks for watching.